Now that we have taken this girl out of the ambulance, we are going to expeditiously roll her to the second floor. When we arrive at the second floor, she will be hooked up to an IV and heart rate monitor.
Once the elevator arrived at the second floor.
When we arrive at the hospital room, nurses will hook her up to an IV and heart rate monitor.
Now that we have arrived at the hospital room, we are going to meticulously put her on the bed.
We also need to remove her bag. We have an aspiration for the girl with the orange blonde hair to hold her bag.
Wait, do you have an aspiration for me to hold Bluey's bag?
Yes, I have a desire for you to hold your sister's bag.
I gladly accept the offer to hold my sister's bag.
Here is the bag.
Thank you for letting me hold Bluey's bag.
You are welcome. A nurse will be here momentarily.
Now that the girl with the blue hair is in the bed, she will be hooked up to an IV and a heart rate monitor as swiftly as possible. Now that she is hooked up to a paramount IV and heart rate monitor, doctors will come in soon to punctiliously give her x-rays to see if she has any fractures.
Now that the nurse left, I will put my bag and Bluey's bag on the nightstand. Now that the bags are placed conspicuously on the table, I will go over and supervise Bluey. I am going to text TJ about where we are located in the hospital. Prior to that laudable action, I am going to pull a chair over to the bed so I can sit near Bluey.
I am going to provide salient information to Savannah about where we are inside the hospital. Before that action transpires, I will rest my bag on a pedestal that is located inside the hospital room.
What do you think Romeo, Luna, and Matsuki are up to?
I do not have a clue to what conspiracies those firebrands are making.
It is boggling what Luna and Matsuki's depraved conspiracies are. But I do know that Romeo is attempting some new perilous schemes. If any of them act petulant, we will report Romeo and Luna to the principal's office in our school on Monday. Matsuki will be reported to the principal's office by Millie, because we will tell her all about Matsuki's potential diabolical plans. In addition, Millie is also our friend, and will do any salient task for us.
Anyways, when Miriam arrived at the children's hospital.
I am baffled about where Bluey's hospital room is located. I will just sit down until I know where Bluey is located in this hospital.
The moment Savannah arrived at the hospital.
As a result of my ownership of a mobile device, I can look at my text messages. I am beatific that I got a message from my amicable boyfriend. It is time to text him the most quintessential message he has ever seen. I am now going to the second floor to see how Bluey is doing. I hope Bluey is not in a scenario that is too precarious.
I am inconsolable because my wife Toadette is experiencing a significant tribulation. do not have any symptoms of depression. Me and my wife, Paige, will help you feel like your doddle and a bullying self again.
Please have the audacity to listen to my husband, Mario. We will assist you in feeling jocose again.
Meanwhile, with
Pasha, TJ, Danny, Olivia,
Spawny, Miles, and Socks.
Now that we have arrived at the hospital where Bluey is, we should all embark on our quest to trek to Bluey's hospital room when all of you have the aptitude to do so.
I have the audacity to significantly accede to your aspirations. I hope that Bluey does not have injuries that are too consequential, or else she might have the risk of perishing in front of not only my eyes, but the eyes of the entire group, which includes my older cousin Bingo.
I feel just as bleak as you. I hope that Bluey does not go into a coma, have injuries that jeopardize her life, or pass away either. She is only 7 years old.
I am glad, Miriam, and I arrived during the despondent and abhorrent scene and let Bingo call an ambulance. Even though that scene transpired in the past, it is one of the most heroic activities I have done for a child. I hope Bluey does not have significant lacerations or fractures. In addition, I also have feelings of anxiousness about her going into a coma and passing away at an extremely young and ebullient age.
Socks, please listen to Olivia's salient dialogue about Bluey's precarious situation. I am also feeling very disconsolate that she is unconscious. If she does not wake up soon, she will be in a potential coma and be greeted by death soon after.
The words Spawny just said are the most integral figment of this discourse between all of us. I am preoccupied with thoughts of Bluey having major life-altering fractures, going into a state where she does not wake up for an abundant period of time, and, worst of all, perishing at the young age of 7 years right in front of our eyes.
I know how it feels to have a family member in serious condition. One method to console you in this sort of time is to try 4-7-8 breathing for a few minutes.
What breathing technique is that, and how do I exploit it?
4-7-8 breathing is a type of breathing trick for relieving stress. To do it, first, breathe in for 4 seconds, then hold the breath in for 7 seconds, and finally, breathe out for 8 seconds. I use it on a regular basis when stress is present.
I am forever grateful for the pedagogical advice that you provided me.
You are welcome, Socks. Me, my crush, and all of our friends have the audacity to assist you with any confusion you feel in life. We will also teach you quintessential and paramount life advice.
When Socks finished her breathing and calmed down,
I feel more serenity now. Thanks, TJ.
I am glad that the breathing helped you calm down.
Now that Socks feels content, I am going to open the trunk so that we can obtain our backpacks, which contain integral supplies.
Hello, everyone. I am standing here because I do not know which floor Bingo, Bluey, Savannah, and Tyler went to.
Since you are baffled by the unprecedented location of Bluey's hospital room, I have a text message by Bingo that explicitly states her location. According to the text message, she is on the 2nd floor in room 118.
Thank you for letting me know, TJ.
You are welcome, Miriam.
Once the group arrived at the 2nd floor,
Greetings to everyone. I am extremely jovial to see your inexorable arrival at this hospital room, which was previously abundant with despair and tears.
Now that everyone has arrived at the hospital room where Bluey is being held, you can put your bags on the nightstands or chairs whenever you have the audacity to do so.
I agree with you, Savannah. Since our bags are sadistically heavy, we should put them on the pedestals when everyone is prepared.
Now, we all have to wait patiently until Bluey regains consciousness. Once she does, we will be beatific, like a person winning the lottery.
Why am I in a hospital bed?
The explanation for you being in a hospital bed is that someone threw you over the third-floor railing of the mall.
We do not know who threw you off the mall. However,
You made me have a meltdown.
I hope Bingo will be okay. She is having quite the meltdown.
She will be okay, Olivia. She is a tough girl.
now that the girl consoling the girl with orange blonde hair in the hospital bed woke up, we are about to do some predominant x-rays to make sure that she did not break any bones in her body.
Before we go to the x-ray room, we will move impediments and people that obstruct the path that the bed is in, so that we can effortlessly transport the girl with blue hair there.
Everyone will be obligated to move except for the lady and guy with blonde hair, the girl with orange blonde hair, and the girl that just regained consciousness a few minutes ago.
Okay, we all
assimilate
assimilate
those
those
facts.
Now that everyone has arrived inside the x-ray room, we will relocate the girl with orange blonde hair and punctiliously examine the girl when everyone is prepared.
Can we provide any assistance to you, sir?
What I desire from the girl crying next to you is for her to relocate herself because we are about to give you x-rays.
Do you have any aspirations for me?
A paltry but integral task I have for you is to move off the bed because the girl sitting next to you is about to intimately get x-rays to see if there are any conspicuous bones that she fractured.
I want to, but I have a predilection to stay with my sister, Bluey.
If we are going to do x-rays on your sister, we have to escort you off the bed until they culminate.
Why is your countenance symbolizing astonishment?
I am feeling astounded because I have the most quintessential aspiration to correct the tribulation of Bingo feeling disconsolate over not being able to let her sister console her.
Thank you profusely for informing me.
In addition, thank you for providing that salient recommendation. It lets me bond with my concordant sister before I have to get off the hospital bed due to Bluey being obligated to receive x-rays.
You are welcome, everyone.
I had no information stating that their bond was unobliterable.
Me either. Now that the fidelic bonding moment between the people in the bed has culminated, we are going to give x-rays to the girl with the blue hair.
Before we begin the integral examination procedures, we are going to escort the girl with orange blonde hair off the bed.
I just recently overheard your discourse over asking me to get off the bed, so I am about to do that action when everyone is prepared.
Now, we are going to commence X-rays when everyone is prepared. Now that I have moved the X-ray machine to the most accurate location, we will examine the girl when everyone has the audacity for that aspiration to become realistic.
I'm so glad my family is safe and thriving and having abundant fun at the snow slopes on this frigid and freezing day. What makes this day even better is my husband, Yoshi, standing beside me and my exultant children, ebulliently sliding down the prudent hill.
I agree, Birdo. I am having ubiquitous fun on this snowy and frigid day with you and our merriment children. Anyways,
once the X-ray procedure terminated.
We got some bad news. Even though she survived the 30-foot fall, she fractured her leg and arm. In addition, she has a green stick fracture in the middle of her spine.
Oh my stars and stripes. I cannot believe my sister broke 3 bones in her body. This is repugnant. Is there anything you can do to assist her?
We were about to put integral casts on her leg and arm. In addition, we were also going to put a back brace on her back. Once we do that pivotal procedure, she must wear them for 6 weeks. In addition, we will have to keep her here overnight to monitor her.
Did you say I had to keep casts on for 6 weeks, and I have to stay here overnight?
Yes, unfortunately, you will be obligated to wear those casts for 6 weeks and have to stay here overnight.
Thank you for letting me know about my predicament. I'm still disconsolate because I have sadistic tribulations associated with having an abundance of fractures.
You are welcome. We will perform any vital tasks for you to have an equanimous day.
Now, we are prepared to put X-rays on you.
Once the doctors put casts on Bluey's body.
Now that all of the casts are on the girl's body, we are going to transfer her back to the hospital room that she was in when all of you are prepared. Now that we have returned to the girl's hospital room, we are going to hook up the IV and heart rate monitor again. In addition, I am going to move the nightstand near the bed.
Happy Valentine's Day, my amicable, amiable, coveted rose, Peanut.
Thank you so much, Filbert. And thank you, God, for giving us this coveted and blessed child on this unique and ebullient day.
Thank you, Azalea, for coming into this world and making us the most jovial people ever.
You're welcome, Dad and Mom.
Anyways,
a few hours later.
Good night, Bluey. The rest of the crowd and I have to go home now. Can we assist you with something, Bingo?
TJ, can I stay with Bluey?
Sure, I approve of you being at the hospital with Bluey as long as you have your belongings and a place to sleep.
How am I going to obtain those pivotal items?
I can help you out, Bingo. There is a cot inside my car.
Also, I can go inside the house and pack all your pivotal items, such as garments, inside a luggage.
That is a quintessential idea.
Before we go to the car to get Bingo's salient items, can you please move so we can amble to the exit?
Thank you for letting us know.
Thank you so much for unfolding the cot, Miriam. In addition, thank you for bringing the cot, Savannah. Now I can sleep next to the most quintessential sister in the world.
You are welcome, Bingo.
I agree with Miriam. We are glad we assisted you in preparing yourself for a night's visit.
Do you need any additional items, little girl?
Could you please amble out of the room to deliver me a pillow and blanket?
Yes, I can bring those paramount items to you.
In addition, I am also going with him.
Now that the doctors are delivering Bingo a pillow and a blanket, we will amble towards the exit. Before we do, we are going to grab our bags first.
Oh no, Miles, please do not jump onto the bench. You can get seriously injured and it is very perilous.
How am I supposed to push the elevator button now?
A penchant to correct your tribulation is for me to hold you while you push the down elevator button.
Thank you so much for suggesting that quintessential idea.
You are welcome, Miles. Now that the car trunk closed, are we all prepared to go home?
Yes, we are.
Pasha.
Great. We can now saunter towards the car when all of you are prepared.
Once the
僕たち
group
アイドルグループアライボエイカーサ
Hi everyone. Welcome back to TJ's house. But what activity should transpire while we are together?
We should watch TV and turn on CNN News to see who threw Bluey over the balcony on the 3rd floor of the mall.
Even though watching the news is a quintessential aspiration, we forgot to put our bags in our rooms first.
I almost forgot about our bags still being on our backs. Thank you, TJ.
You're welcome, Spawny.
While you put your bags in your bedroom, I will wait on the couch for all of you.
I will perform the same task as Miriam.
Me too.
Now that I have finished packing Bingo's baggage, I will go to my car to disembark on my paramount trip to the hospital to give Bingo her vital items.
Now that everyone is seated and prepared to watch the news, TJ will turn on the TV.
Okay, here I go.
A compelling and innocuous trip at the mall turns into an abysmal atrocity after a girl gets thrown 3 stories from a mall balcony. Friends are left devastated, and family is left inconsolable. Now, let us go down to the mall that Bert is reporting from.
Thank you, Octavia. Today, while her sister was in the bathroom, 3 diabolical girls snuck up to her and threw her overboard the 3rd floor railing. Her sister was inconsolable after this transpired. Back over to you, Octavia.
Thank you, Bert. Here is a snapshot of the 3 culprits to this deplorable, cheeky atrocity. In addition, the authorities are searching for Paula. If anyone sees the lady with dark brown hair that is located in the 3rd photograph on the TV, please contact the FBI as soon as possible. This is CNN News. Over and out.
Are you serious? I cannot believe those 2 troublemakers were behind all this.
Let us call them down so that we can punish them.
Jessica,
please get
downstairs this
instant.
Jessica and Muffin, we cannot believe you girls and your troublemaker friend threw Bluey over the 3rd floor balcony at the mall. You know you girls were not supposed to be at the mall today.
TJ is right. Both of you should be ashamed of yourselves right now. Bluey is now in the hospital because of your atrocious actions.
You are lucky we did not call the cops on you girls and your troublemaker companion.
For your actions today, Muffin, your punishment time will be extended for the rest of your summer. In addition, I will be alerting your parents about this.
Pasha, I did not agree to this diabolical conspiracy. I told Jessica and Paula not to throw my cousin off the railing.
Oh, we did not know you did not agree to do this atrocious plan of yours. As a result, you will not get an extended punishment. On the contrary, your punishment time will be shortened to Valentine's Day.
Nice work, Muffin. You can return to your room while we deal with Jessica.
Thank you, everyone.
You are welcome, Muffin.
Jessica, we cannot believe you and Paula threw Bluey off the mall's 3rd floor.
For your actions today, your punishment time will not only be for the rest of the school year, but also the entire summer.
For a reminder, do not leave the house unless you are going to school or walking around the town.
Stop slamming your door, Jessica. You are going to break it.
I am so glad that you are my little brother, Stitch. I hope that we will always love each other, regardless of how old we get.
I agree with you, Lilo. I am so jovial because I get to spend time at the beach with you.
Anyways, back at the children's hospital.
Thank you for the supplies.
You are welcome, Bingo.
Once Tyler arrived home,
Now that everyone is at home, what should we do next?
Since we are obligated to go home, Olivia, Tyler, Savannah, and I need to amble to our cars now.
I agree with you, Miriam.
Bye, everyone.
Later that night.
Hi Bluey, is everything ideal?
No, what those troublemakers did to me was very diabolical and traumatic.
Bluey, please look into my eyes. I'm sorry you were thrown over the third floor railing at the mall while I was in the restroom. My heart says we will always be here for each other, regardless of age. We are sisters. We will always assist each other whenever we need it. If Paula and Jessica try to hurt you, I will protect you and leave them scathed.
Thank you for being my sister, Bingo. You are equanimous, amicable, courageous, fearless, and indomitable. In addition, you mean the world to me. Bingo?
What is it, Bluey?
I would like you to move your portable bed closer to my bed so that we can sleep as close to each other as possible.
Sure, that sounds like a quintessential idea.
I love you to the moon and back.
I love you to the moon and back, too.
Meanwhile, with Jessica.
Just wait, Bluey, and your emotional sister, Bingo. When both of you come back from the hospital, I will turn your phlegmatic life into a deplorable impediment.
Thank you for watching this enticing video series. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking, subscribing, and enabling the notification bell so you will always be informed about new uploads. In conclusion, have a bewitching remainder of your day.